With a disappointing 1-3 defeat to Palace on Saturday, let's look at where United went wrong with a whiteboard analysis. Looking at the game stats, the first thing to jump out are the possession stats, but despite United's 75-25 dominance, United were never in control of the game. Palace controlled the game without the ball, with their high press early on and how they defended deep throughout the game, not leaving space in behind for United's speedsters to run into. With the ball, their front men were too quick and powerful for United's defenders, and they were a constant goal threat throughout the game on the counter-attack. The other stats that stand out are, despite United making significantly more passes than Palace, they only created one big chance. This was the missed header by Greenwood. The other big chance is the goal, which was set up by a shank from a Palace defender. The lack of creativity in United's play was evident, and Palace defended comfortably. That was a big worry with Pogba and Fernandes in the team. Looking at the whiteboard, a common theme reared its ugly head again. Neville on Sky said it was a lack of sharpness. I say it's United's inability to deal with the high press. I'm sick of saying it, but I'll keep banging on about it until they improve or change. First up, it doesn't help playing balls into midfield from the centre-backs. Facing their own goal, United's midfielders are sitting ducks for getting their pockets picked. It's difficult to look over both shoulders and know exactly what's around you. Instead, going into midfield from wide areas through the full-backs allows the midfield to open their bodies up, get on the half-turn, increasing their spatial awareness of what's around them. The second issue was, when United took short goal kicks, there was zero depth in their setup. The back four was standing in a straight line, and Pogba was standing shoulder to shoulder with McTominay. There were no first-time passing options. If United are going to beat the high press, they need to create depth, to play around it. At the moment, it's De Gea to Maguire into midfield, opposition nick the ball. Palace didn't sustain it, but it's a clear tactic teams are employing against United. To press for the first 10-15 minutes, get on the front foot, put United on the back foot, and in the case of Saturday and Southampton last season, get a goal start from it. Moving on to look at the first goal, Neville on Sky put it down to a lack of pace from Lindelof, not getting across quickly enough. United do lack pace at centre-back, but that wasn't the real reason for the goal. Schlupp is quick and would have got there first against most defenders. Looking at the whiteboard, in United's half, there were 9 United outfield players to Palace's 6. At the point Mitchell placed the ball down the line, for some reason, Shaw moves infield and leaves Townsend. Shaw then ran back into the box, and at no point did he look over his shoulder to see where Townsend was. Again, Neville on Sky said it's a nightmare in that position when a player has the run on you, but Shaw gave Townsend the run on him by not sticking with him and not looking to see where he was, and Townsend blindsided him. If we go back to the start of the move, if Shaw goes to Townsend and then tracks his run into the box, that goal doesn't happen. Appalling defending from a player who quite frankly should be nowhere near a United shirt. We are desperate for a left back. Moving away from the whiteboard to the heat maps of the fullbacks and the wide men who played. Looking at the area in line with the 18-yard line and the byline, there is no deep red colour in this area, highlighting United's lack of penetration in wide areas. This is why United struggled to create, because everything was narrow and in front of Palace. There were no off-the-ball runs into this area to stretch the defensive line and get them moving back towards their own goal. The Devils' verdict is, United need to stop playing from the back from goal kicks as much, or set up better to play around the press. If we don't, we will concede more goals through teams high pressing us. The other aspect that needs to improve is better penetration out wide. We need to get on the outside of teams more to create more space for our dangerous central players like Pogba, Fernandes and Martial. All of the talk is about Woodward and the lack of signings, but United shouldn't have to spend 200 million every summer to win at home to Palace. Ole and his coaches need to do more to improve the functionality of the team. Sancho can't improve United's ability to play from the back or make sure defend better. Let me know what you thought of my analysis of the game in the comments below, and let me know your thoughts on United's performance. As always, please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next video.